Hey there, it's Adam here, talking to you. I know, life can get pretty busy sometimes. You've probably had a long day, just like I have. There's always so much going on, isn't there? And it feels like we're all running around, trying to keep up, trying to get through everything. But hey, let's just take a moment, okay? Let's slow down for a bit. No need to rush. Just you and me in this moment. Let's breathe together. Deep breath in, slow exhale. Yeah, feel that? That quiet? It's nice, isn't it? I've been thinking a lot today about life, how it throws us curveballs, how it leads us down unexpected paths, and sometimes those paths take us to places where we wish we could have said more, told someone how we really felt, maybe told them we loved them or told them we were sorry. You know, it's funny how things can slip through our fingers like that. The words we never spoke, the moments we never shared, it's like they hang in the air, waiting to be said, but the chance passes, and then we're left with the silence and the regret. But tonight, I want to share something with you. It's a letter from someone who's been holding on to their feelings for a long time, someone who's been carrying words they never got to say. It's a letter full of regrets, yes, but it's also a letter full of love. It's the kind of letter that only comes when there's no more time left, when it's all that's left to give. So, sit back for a moment. Let's take this in. I want you to hear these words, feel the weight of them, and maybe, in the end, find a little peace, because, well, I think we all need that, don't we? Let's listen together. Are you ready?
I don't know where to begin, really.
Maybe it's the way the light's coming through the window, casting long shadows on the floor. Maybe it's the sound of the wind rustling the leaves outside, as if the world itself is holding its breath. But I've been thinking a lot about you lately. I still remember the first time we met. It feels like it was just yesterday, even though so much time has passed. The way you smiled at me, so easy, so natural. I didn't know it then, but that smile would stay with me for years to come. It's funny how certain moments stick with you, isn't it? How a smile, a glance can change everything, even when you don't realize it at the time. There's something about that memory that I can't shake. The sun was setting, the sky painted in shades of orange and pink, and I remember the smell of fresh rain in the air. You were wearing that old jacket of yours, the one with the worn-out sleeves, and I remember thinking how it somehow made you even more you. It's funny, isn't it, how a simple moment can stay with you forever, while the rest of life keeps moving, keeps changing? And now, here I am, sitting alone in this room, feeling that same emptiness I've felt so many times before. The silence in this room is deafening, but it's the kind of silence that only reminds me of what's missing, of what's lost. I guess that's what it all comes down to, doesn't it? Loss. Sometimes we don't even realize we're losing something until it's already gone. And that's what hurts the most, I think, the things we never said, the moments we never had. I've been thinking about that a lot lately, about what I never told you, about how I never really told you how much you meant to me. It seems so small now, but at the time I couldn't bring myself to say it. I couldn't find the words. And now it's too late. I still remember the sound of your voice, soft and steady, like a calm in the storm. I remember the way you used to laugh, the kind of laugh that could light up even the darkest room. And now when I close my eyes, all I can hear is the silence, the absence of everything that used to fill the space between us. I don't know why I couldn't say it back then. Maybe I was afraid. Maybe I didn't think I needed to. But now, sitting here, I wish I had. I wish I had said the words, even if just once. I love you. I guess we never really know what we have until it's gone, do we?
Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I had been braver, if I had just told you what was on my heart. But instead, I stayed silent. The silence between us became so heavy, so thick, it felt like it would swallow me whole, and yet I still didn't speak. It's strange, isn't it, how we can live with so many unspoken words, how they build up over time, becoming a weight we can barely carry. But then, when it's too late, we're left with only the memory of what we never said. And I can still feel that weight, like a stone lodged deep in my chest. I remember the day I realized how much I had missed. It wasn't anything grand, nothing that would stand out to anyone else. It was just one of those small moments, like when we were sitting together, the sun dipping low on the horizon, The air cool but not too cold. You were so calm, so at peace in that moment. And I felt like everything around me was quieting down. The world seemed to pause for a moment, just for us. And I wish I could have said it then, that I loved you. But instead, I let that moment pass, like so many others. Looking back now, I can't help but feel foolish. How could I have been so afraid to speak? Why did I hold back when all I wanted to do was tell you what was in my heart? Sometimes I wish I could turn back time, just to take that one moment and hold it close, to be brave enough to speak. It's funny though, even though I never said the words, I think you always knew. I think deep down, you knew exactly how I felt. And that thought comforts me. But it also hurts, because if you knew, then why didn't I say it? Why didn't I just let it out before it was too late? I remember the way you looked at me that day, with your eyes full of understanding, full of kindness. Your smile was soft, but there was something more there, a quiet knowing. Maybe it was the way you reached out to me. How you always knew what I needed without me saying a word. You could always tell when something was wrong. I guess that's what makes it even harder now. You knew, but I never gave you the chance to hear it from me. It's strange how time keeps moving, isn't it? It doesn't wait for anyone. It just keeps going, pulling us along, whether we're ready or not. And sometimes I think about how life would be if things had gone differently. If I had been braver, if I had spoken up, if I hadn't let fear hold me back. I wonder how you would have reacted if I had told you everything, if I had just let the words spill out instead of bottling them up inside me. Would you have said something back? Would it have made a difference? Or would we still have ended up here, separated by time and silence? I can still see you in my mind, though. I can still hear your voice, feel the warmth of your hand in mine. It's like you're still here in some way, even though I know you're not. There's a part of me that wants to hold on to that, you know? Hold on to the memory of you, of us. But then I remember that memories aren't enough. They can't fill the space you left behind. They can't replace the real thing, the moments we never got to have. Sometimes I wonder what you would think if you knew how much I still think about you, how often I replay the past in my mind, going over every little detail, wishing I had done something differently. Would you be angry with me? Would you understand? I think about how you would have handled all of this. You were always so calm, so steady. You knew what to say, how to make everything feel better, even in the hardest of times. And I was always the one holding back, afraid to speak, afraid to take that first step, and now I regret it more than anything. I guess in the end, all we really have are the choices we make, right? The words we choose to say and the ones we leave unsaid. And all I can do now is hope that wherever you are, you know how much I cared, how much I still care, even if it's too late to show you in the way I should have. I wonder sometimes if you ever think about me, if you ever remember the little things, like the way I used to brush my fingers through my hair when I was nervous, or how I would always take a deep breath before speaking my mind. I wonder if those small details stuck with you, like they've stuck with me. There are times when I wish I could just hear your voice again, just once more to tell me that everything's going to be all right, to remind me that I'm not alone. But that's the thing about losing someone, isn't it? We're left with the echoes of their presence, the lingering warmth of their touch, and then silence. I can still feel it, you know, the weight of the silence. It fills up the spaces where you used to be. And no matter how much I try to fill that emptiness, it never seems to go away. It's as if something's always missing, something's always just out of reach. And I guess in a way, that's the hardest part. Not the loss, but the absence of something that was once so real. The feeling of a life that could have been, if only I had been brave enough to take the steps that were right in front of me. I still catch myself wishing every so often that I could go back in time, just for a moment, to fix what I couldn't say, to hold you a little longer, to tell you how much you meant to me. If only I had known then what I know now. It's strange how we live with these regrets, how they shape us, even when we don't want them to. They hang on, like shadows that follow us everywhere, reminding us of what we could have done, what we should have done. But what good is regret, really? What does it change? The past is the past, and no matter how many times I wish I could go back,
It doesn't bring you back. It doesn't change what's already happened. Maybe that's the hardest lesson to learn, accepting that there's no turning back, that all we have is right here, right now. And I guess I just want you to know that I carry you with me. Every day, in the quiet moments, in the stillness, I carry you, and I'll always carry you in the way you've shaped who I am.
It's funny, the way the world keeps moving even when we're stuck. People keep going about their lives, laughing, crying, living, and here I am, holding on to something that doesn't exist anymore. There's a part of me that wonders how I'm supposed to keep going. How do you move forward when a piece of you is still stuck in the past? I see people around me, and they seem to have it all figured out. They talk about their dreams, their plans, their futures. And here I am, still tangled up in yesterday, still thinking about what I didn't say, still wondering if it would have made a difference. I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever have the answers. Maybe the truth is, I just need to accept that some questions don't get answered. Some things will always remain a mystery. But even with all the uncertainty, there's one thing I do know for sure. And that's how much I loved you. I guess that's the one thing I'll never doubt. Even now, when you're not here, when I'm left with just memories, I know that love was real. Sometimes, I'll hear a song that reminds me of you. It could be something small, just a melody, a rhythm that takes me back. And for a moment, it's like I'm right there with you again. I can almost hear your voice, almost feel your hand in mine. But then the moment passes, and I'm left standing in the silence again. The song ends, the memory fades, and it hits me all over again, how much I miss you. I guess that's how it goes though, right? The memories keep coming and going, like waves crashing against the shore. They never stay for long, but they always leave their mark. Sometimes they're gentle, like a soft breeze. Other times they crash in, overwhelming everything in their path. But they always leave a piece of themselves behind. And I guess in a way that's what keeps me going. The memories, the love. It's not enough to fill the emptiness, but it's enough to keep me moving, even if it's slow, even if it's painful. I keep moving forward, one step at a time.
It's funny, the way the world keeps moving even when we're stuck. People keep going about their lives, laughing, crying, living. And here I am, holding on to something that doesn't exist anymore. There's a part of me that wonders how I'm supposed to keep going. How do you move forward when a piece of you is still stuck in the past? I see people around me and they seem to have it all figured out. They talk about their dreams, their plans, their futures. And here I am, still tangled up in yesterday, still thinking about what I didn't say, still wondering if it would have made a difference. I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever have the answers. Maybe the truth is I just need to accept that some questions don't get answered. Some things will always remain a mystery. But even with all the uncertainty, there's one thing I do know for sure, and that's how much I loved you. I guess that's the one thing I'll never doubt. Even now, when you're not here, when I'm left with just memories, I know that love was real. Sometimes I'll hear a song that reminds me of you. It could be something small, just a melody, a rhythm that takes me back. And for a moment, it's like I'm right there with you again. I can almost hear your voice, almost feel your hand in mine. But then the moment passes and I'm left standing in the silence again. The song ends, the memory fades, and it hits me all over again. How much I miss you. I guess that's how it goes though, right? The memories keep coming and going like waves crashing against the shore. They never stay for long, but they always leave their mark. Sometimes they're gentle like a soft breeze. Other times they crash in, overwhelming everything in their path, but they always leave a piece of themselves behind. And I guess in a way that's what keeps me going. The memories, the love, it's not enough to fill the emptiness, but it's enough to keep me moving. Even if it's slow, even if it's painful, I keep moving forward, one step at a time.
I often wonder in the quietest moments if you ever think about me too. Maybe, in your own way, you're still here with me in the smallest of ways. It's funny because when you're gone, you don't just leave an empty space. You leave everything you were. The laughter, the warmth, the way you made every day feel like it mattered. And that's what sticks with me. What stays with me. It's the little things I remember most. The way your hair would catch the light in the morning. The smell of your perfume when you'd hug me. That soft chuckle you'd make when you knew I was being stubborn. And when I close my eyes, sometimes it feels like I can reach out and touch those memories.
like you're still right here. But I know, of course, that you're not. You're gone and there's nothing left of the hollow feeling of absence. And yet it doesn't feel like you're really gone, not entirely. You live on in the corners of my mind, in the spaces we once shared. Sometimes when the world feels too loud, when everything around me seems to be moving too fast, I'll find myself searching for you. I'll look for you in the places we used to go, in the things we used to do, trying to hold on to something, anything that brings me back to you. I don't know why I do it. Maybe it's just the need to hold on to something familiar, something that feels like home. I guess I thought in some way that if I could just find one more piece of you, one more reminder, I could make it all feel real again. That maybe somehow I could change the past. But I know I can't. I know that looking for you in the places we once were is only going to lead me back to the same place, the place where I have to let go. Let go of what we could have been, let go of the words I never said. It's the hardest thing to do, to release what's already gone. But I keep trying, don't I? Even though I know better. And maybe that's just life. Maybe it's about letting go even when we don't want to. There are days when I feel like I'm just drifting, like I'm floating through life but never really touching anything. Everything feels distant, like I'm looking at the world through a foggy window. It's all there, but it doesn't feel real. It's like the colors are a little duller, the sounds a little softer, and no matter how hard I try to grasp them, they slip away. I think sometimes about how you used to make everything feel so vibrant. You were the one who could bring light into the dullest of days, who could turn an ordinary moment into something worth remembering. And now everything feels muted. I can hear the laughter, I can see the smiles, but it's like I'm watching it all from a distance, unable to join in. It's funny though, I didn't realize how much I depended on that until you were gone. I didn't know how much I needed you until I couldn't reach you anymore. I guess that's the way it goes, doesn't it? We never really know what we have until it's gone. And no matter how many times I wish I could go back, it doesn't change the fact that you're not here. And maybe, in some way, I need to accept that. Sometimes I can feel it in my bones, the ache of missing you. It's like a deep, constant throb in my chest that never goes away. It comes and goes in waves, sometimes gentle, sometimes overwhelming. But it's always there, just beneath the surface, reminding me that you're no longer here to share this world with me. I can still remember the way you used to hold me, how your arms felt like a safe haven, like nothing could hurt me when you were around. And I wonder if I could just have one more of those moments. Would it change everything? Would it bring me peace? Or would it just make the silence that much louder when you're gone? I don't know, I guess I'll never know. But I can't help but wonder, what if? There's a certain stillness that comes with loss. It's not a quiet like any other. It's heavy, a quiet that fills up every corner of the room, a stillness that sits with you when you're awake, when you're asleep. It's always there, just waiting, like a shadow you can't shake off. I never knew how much silence could weigh until I lost you. I remember, in the middle of all that silence, the little things you used to do. The way you hummed softly when you were cooking, the faint scent of your favorite soap, the rustling sound of your clothes as you moved around. Those sounds, they're embedded in my mind, a part of me now. And even though the silence is deafening, those little memories are like a whisper, a gentle reminder that you were once here, once a part of everything. And that's the thing, isn't it? Even in the quiet, the love remains. Even though you're not here, I can still feel you. It's like you've left your mark on everything. And in some ways, that's what keeps me going. I don't know if I'll ever truly heal from this, but maybe I'm not supposed to. Maybe in some strange way, this is how I carry you with me. Through the silence, through the absence, through the love that never fades, there's a place, a corner of my mind where you still live, where things are as they were. I can still see us there, laughing, talking, just being together, and every time I let myself go there, it feels real again. For a moment, it's like you never left. It's like I haven't been carrying this emptiness with me for so long. But reality always comes back, doesn't it? That's the thing about memories. They're fleeting, they're beautiful, but they can never replace what was lost. And no matter how hard I try to hold on to those moments, they slip through my fingers. But I hold on to them anyway because they're all I have left of you. And sometimes, that's enough. Sometimes remembering you in the quiet of my thoughts is all I need to feel like you're still with me. It's strange, isn't it, how time seems to move on, and yet some days feel like they're standing still. The world around me keeps changing. People move in and out of my life, seasons shift, and the sun still rises and sets. But there are moments when everything stops, when I catch myself staring into space, thinking about you, and it feels like no time has passed at all. I still hear your voice sometimes, even though I know you're not here. It's in the way the wind moves through the trees, in the soft rustling of the leaves, as if it's you whispering to me. And every time I hear it, I stop. I close my eyes, and for just a second, I feel like I'm back there with you. But then, like always, reality hits, and the silence feels louder than before. I wonder if this is just how it is now. A part of me, always holding on to the past, never able to fully let go. There are days when I try to move forward. I try to push through the heaviness and pretend like it's okay, like I'm okay. But it's hard, it's hard to pretend when something so important is missing. It's like trying to walk through life with a part of yourself that's just gone. I still remember how you used to tell me, "Don't worry, everything will work out." And back then I believed you. I trusted that no matter what happened, we'd make it through together. I always thought we had time. Time to say the things we didn't say, time to fix the things that needed fixing. But time, it's gone now, isn't it? And I find myself wondering, more often than not, what would have happened if I had been braver? What would have happened if I had told you everything I felt before it was too late? But I didn't. And now, I'm left here with the silence, wondering if I'll ever find peace with that. It's funny how we always think we have more time. We think that the right moment will come, that we'll have the chance to say all the things we've kept inside. But the truth is, time doesn't wait for us. It doesn't care if we're ready. It moves on, whether we're ready or not. And now, here I am, stuck in this space between what could have been and what is. I can still see your face in my mind. Like a photo I keep turning over in my hands, never letting it go. The way your eyes would light up when you talked about something you loved. The way your laugh would fill the room and make everything feel just a little bit lighter. But it's gone. You're gone. And no matter how many times I replay those moments in my head, I can't bring you back. I can't turn back time, can't undo the things I didn't say. And I guess that's the hardest part, accepting that some things are just lost, that some words will never be spoken, that some chances will never come again. Sometimes I find myself sitting in the places we used to go, hoping that somehow by being there, I can bring a piece of you back. The old coffee shop we used to visit, the park where we spent hours talking. It feels like if I just sit there long enough, something will change. Maybe a memory will resurface, or the air will feel like it did when we were together. Maybe, just maybe, I'll feel you beside me again. But it never happens. The world around me keeps moving forward, and I stay stuck in the past. It's like trying to catch the wind, trying to hold on to something that's slipping through my fingers. And every time I try, I feel the weight of it, how much I miss you, how much I long for just one more moment with you. I don't know if I'll ever be able to let go of that. The way you made everything seem possible, the way you made me believe that even the hardest times would pass. But now, in the quiet, I wonder if I've lost that belief too. There are days when I wake up and for a split second, it feels like nothing has changed. The morning light is soft, the house is quiet, and for a moment, I don't feel the weight of everything that's been lost. But then, the silence creeps in and I remember. I remember that you're not here, that everything feels different now. I try to push it away to fill the space with distractions, work, tasks, anything to keep my mind busy. But no matter how much I try, there's always that empty space, the one that used to be filled by you. The sound of your footsteps, the way you'd call out to me, asking if I needed anything. It's all gone now, replaced by an aching silence that seems to grow louder every day. I find myself looking for you, searching for signs that you're still here, that somehow you haven't really gone. But the more I look, the more I realize that you're not coming back. And that realization, it hurts more than I ever expected. But then, I think about what you would want for me. You always said that I should keep moving forward, that I shouldn't dwell on what was lost. And maybe that's the hardest part, moving forward without you. Because the truth is, no matter how much time passes, no matter how many days go by, you will always be a part of me. I wonder if you would have wanted me to let go, to find peace, to move on. I think you would have wanted that for me, for us. But it's hard, isn't it? To let go of something that meant everything to you. To accept that it's over, that there's no way to bring it back. I guess that's what grief does to us. It forces us to accept the things we never wanted to face. And I'm still trying to find my way through it. I'm still trying to figure out how to live in a world that doesn't have you in it. But every day, I remind myself that I have to keep going. Even if it's hard. Even if it feels impossible. Because I know you'd want that for me.
There are times when I think about the future, about what's ahead of me. And it's hard to imagine it without you. I can picture moments, small everyday moments, where I should be sharing them with you. I think about sitting at the kitchen table, talking about our day, laughing about silly things, and I realize how much I miss that, how much I took those moments for granted. I think about what you would say, what advice you'd give me if you were here. You always had this way of making everything seem simpler. You'd look at me with those steady eyes, and even when things felt overwhelming, you'd tell me, it's going to be okay. But I believe you, without a doubt. You made me believe that we could get through anything together. But now, when life feels like it's too much, I don't have your voice to calm me down. I don't have you to turn to. And in those moments, it's like I'm standing alone. Try to find my way through the dark. But maybe, just maybe, I've got to believe that you're still with me, in a way. That the strength you gave me, the lessons you taught me are still here, even if you're not. I can't help but wonder sometimes what you would think of me now, what you would say if you saw me, if you could see how much I've changed. Would you be proud of the way I'm trying to live, trying to move forward? Or would you tell me to take it slower, to give myself more grace? There are days when I feel like I'm not enough, like I haven't lived up to the person you believed me to be. I still hear your words echo in my mind, urging me to be strong, to face everything with courage, and I try, I really do. But it's hard, isn't it? To feel like I'm constantly walking in your shadow, trying to live up to something I can't reach. But maybe that's okay. Maybe it's okay to not have everything figured out. Maybe it's okay to not always be strong. Because in the end, I think you'd want me to be kind to myself. You always said that life was about the journey, not the destination. And maybe right now, my journey is just about learning to live without you. I sometimes find myself caught in moments where everything feels so still, so quiet, and I can almost hear your voice again. Not in a dream, not in some fleeting thought, but real, as if you're right here with me. I'll catch myself saying your name just to feel it on my lips. But then, the silence comes back, louder than ever. And in that silence I realize you're gone. It's funny though, how even when I know you're not here, I still talk to you. Maybe it's just a way of keeping you close, of holding on to something that feels like it matters. I tell you about my day, about the little things that happen. I'll laugh to myself thinking, you'd have found that funny, and then I stop, realizing you're not here to hear it. I guess that's the thing about love, isn't it? Even when the person is gone, they never really leave. They're still there in the quiet moments, in the things you say to no one in particular. They live on in the spaces they once filled, in the memories that refuse to fade. But then I wonder, how long do I hold on to this? How long do I carry this weight, this love that has nowhere to go? There are days when I feel like I'm suffocating under it, like the love I have for you is too heavy to carry alone. It's a love that's meant to be shared, to be lived in the present, not held onto in silence. I ask myself over and over again if it's time to let go, if it's time to move forward, to stop living in the past, but every time I try, I'm reminded of something you once told me. It's okay to hold on as long as you remember to keep living. And maybe that's the hardest part of all. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean erasing you from my life. It just means learning how to carry you with me in a way that doesn't break me. So I'll keep going.
even on the days when the weight of everything feels too much to bear, because I know you'd want me to. You always did. I often think about what I would do if I could talk to you just one more time. Would I tell you how much I miss you? Would I apologize for all the things I never said? Or would I simply sit there in the quiet, letting the words I never had the courage to speak flow freely now? It's strange, isn't it? How we always assume there will be time. Time to make things right, time to say the words we've been holding on to. But life, it doesn't give us that luxury. It doesn't wait for us to find the right moment. It moves forward relentlessly until we're left with only memories, only moments that we wish we could relive. I guess that's why I hold on to the small things, the things you left behind, the way your favorite book always sat on the shelf, the old scarf you left in the corner of the closet, the faint scent of your cologne that still lingers in the room. They're reminders of who you were, of the life we shared. And even though I know you're gone, those little things keep you here with me. But sometimes even those things aren't enough. Sometimes I still feel like I'm reaching for something just out of my grasp, like I'm trying to hold on to you, but my hands keep slipping through the memory of you. I can see your face in my mind. I can hear your laugh in the distance, but when I reach for it, it fades. It always fades. I wonder if this is what grief is, this constant reaching for something that's no longer there, this longing for the past, for something that can never be returned. But I also wonder if it's okay to feel this way, to still miss you, even after all this time. Maybe it's just a part of loving someone. Maybe it's just the price we pay for having had them in our lives. And I guess that's something I'll always carry with me, the love I still have for you, even though you're gone, the memories I keep close, even though they hurt sometimes. Well, here we are at the end of tonight's story. I know it's a lot to take in, a lot of emotions, a lot of memories we've traveled through together. I can't help but wonder what you're thinking right now. Maybe some of it hit close to home. Maybe some of it brought back your own memories, your own moments of love and loss. You know, stories like this, full of heartache, full of the things we wish we had said, the things we wish we could go back and change, are the ones that remind us we're all human. We all carry those silent regrets, those unspoken words. But as heavy as they feel, it's the love behind them that keeps us going. I want to thank you for being here with me tonight, for sharing in this moment. These stories we share, these emotions we talk about, they're not just mine, they're ours. They connect us, even in the quietest of ways. And I believe that's something special. So, take care of yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. Remember that the journey, whether it's filled with joy or sadness, is always worth taking. And, well, I'll be here whenever you're ready to listen again. We've got a lot more stories to share, and I look forward to the next time we can be together. Until then, my friend, take care, and I'll see you soon.